Acha, you made a very righteous and a very bold statement regarding the recent award ceremony that took place in Canada.
It wasn't actually the award ceremony I made a statement about. It was just like, I think it's a very personal decision. And there was a point when I just thought that, so many people are going, like, such big stars way bigger than me are going there. So, it doesn't really, the event didn't actually need me to be there. So, I just thought of donating the money they were investing in me to be there. So that's it.
That's incredible. And but like you got a very like a lot of reaction came to it. And what were your thoughts on that?
On the reaction?
Yeah, on the reactions that were coming out.
I think, what, I really don't care about the reaction because, once you die, once you're up there, the reactions are going to do no good to you, right? I think it's only your actions that'll be able, that, you are answerable of. But, I felt, Momina, quite honestly, I did feel the need of going there, to an award function and performing or just being there for nothing. I was a nominee. I was nominated for the Best Actor in a Negative Roles category for my serial Aakhir Kab Tak for MTV only.
Yeah.
But that I felt that
my mother watches that religiously. Has watched it actually.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just thought that it was just my bit of because the tickets are really expensive. A. Secondly, the accommodation money, the ticket money, the money that we'll be getting for the TAD that we get every day. That money. I was like, it was. Accumulate all that money. It was quite a lot, a decent, dignified figure.
Coming to the celebrities, there's this huge celebrity culture जो अब यहाँ बन चुका हुआ है, especially with the rise of social media. And you have some rather interesting opinions on that. I would like to know a bit more because I called Azfar right before the show and he was like, मुझे ये आजकल के social media के age के अंदर एक celebrity का culture बन चुका है जो I would like for him to say what he has to say. So, I mean, how do you feel about it? How do you feel that social media has propelled, like, is it a good way, a bad way? In what way has it propelled the celebrity culture in Pakistan and what's lacking and what is required?
Momina, मुझे basically मुझे as such कोई problem नहीं है. I think social media एक तरीके से आपको well informed रखने के लिए बेहतरीन चीज़ है. लेकिन एक जो norm set up कर दिया ना, एक जो culture है, like, if Momina dresses up and looks in a certain way, मुझे भी ऐसे करना है. और एक पूरी brigade उस चक्कर में निकल जाए. अब आप मुझे एक बात बताएं, अब आपका जिंदगी का एक मोटिव है, आपका जिंदगी का एक गोल है, वो सिर्फ मोमिना के जैसा दिखने में आप वो गोल तो पीछे नहीं छोड़ सकते और लोग पीछे छोड़ देते हैं. आजकल इट्स एवरीथिंग अबाउट द वे दे लुक, अबाउट व्हाट प्रोजेक्ट्स आर देयर इन देयर किटीज. आजकल इट्स मोर अबाउट दैट रादर देन समथिंग मोर सब्सटेंशियल, मोर मीनिंगफुल. मैं सिर्फ ये सोच रहा हूँ कभी कभार कि जिस तरह माहिरा है, महविश है, इस तरह के और कितने सारे लोग, ये तो माहिरा महविश तो हमारे पास अभी हैं ये लड़कियाँ. आने वाले दौर में जो आने वाली जनरेशन, उनमें से कौन सी लड़कियां होंगी जो इंटरनेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे हमें रिप्रेजेंट कर सकेंगे, कौन से ऐसे मेल एक्टर्स होंगे जो रिप्रेजेंट कर सकेंगे. और मैं सोशल मीडिया पे जब देखता हूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि आने वाली जनरेशन में बहुत शायद एक या दो होंगे. ये तो डबल ट्रिपल होना चाहिए. I mean, when we have role models like Mehvesh and Mahira, who speak well, eloquent, internationally they've done so well for themselves. We should have more girls and boys like that who are well spoken, eloquent, good in their craft. ये चीजें क्यों नहीं आ रही जब सोशल मीडिया इतना ज्यादा स्ट्रांग है? ये चीज थोड़ी सी मुझे
because I think like social media का there's a very big part of it is optics. And celebrities have become our local heroes and our local heroes are nowhere to be seen.
हाँ एग्जैक्टली. और आई थिंक अब हम उनको इतना ज्यादा हीरो बनाते भी नहीं है ना. एक तो वो कल्चर है ना, आप कुछ भी करें तो ये तो वो इंडियन एक्टर की कॉपी कर रहे हैं, उधर की कॉपी कर रहे हैं. ट्रोलिंग बिजनेस is always on. Usko bhi seriously.
It's like it's insane the trolling business here. I mean, like I was just going through just even on this award ceremony, and I was just going through and I was like, the trolling that happened, it was really like it's scary that to think that this is how people think कि आपकी आवाम there's has their mental degradation has gone to that level that they can stoop to these levels and the kind of stuff they were saying about most of the actors and actresses.
लेकिन मोमिना आप मुझे एक बात बताएं, वेरी ऑनेस्टली आप मुझे एक बात ही बताएं. देखें, आपके मुल्क में महंगाई बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गई है. आपके मुल्क में बिजली पानी का कितना मसला है.
गैस नहीं है.
गैस नहीं है. आपके मुल्क में इतने ज़्यादा लोग हैं जो फ्लड की वजह से इस वक्त बेचारे बर्बाद हो चुके हैं. ठीक है, जिनके लिए आपको पता है होप, सुबह का सूरज, कल का दिन एक नाइटमेयर है.
Children are dying. It's just
ठीक है. अब इस सब के बाद एक एक्टर या एक्ट्रेस को वो आइडलाइज करते हैं, जो कि वो एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि आके कुछ तो ऐसा करेगा. अब ऑफ कोर्स दे आर आइडलाइजिंग यू वहां पे और आप कुछ और कर रहे हैं उसके बिल्कुल ही.
But then मुझे एक बात बताओ, does work like I mean मेरी
तो
मेरा
ट्रोलिंग
जो
इसीलिए होती है ना।
नहीं पर मेरा वो है, you chose a profession, ठीक है, I chose a profession, this is what I do for work, whether somebody thinks it's glamorous or whatever, there's a struggle behind it, there is an entire process behind what I do, there's an entire process behind what you do, it's your job. Did engineers stop going to work? No. Did bankers stop going to work?
No.
Then why is it that when actors are going back to work, they're being criticized?
They're not
Like,
being criticized
no, I mean, they were
for
trolled for कि ओ पूरा पाकिस्तान डूब गया और आप वहां नाच रहे हो, जिसका काम है एंटरटेन करना, ठीक है, उसकी तो नौकरी वो है, उनको पैसे उससे मिलते हैं,
बिल्कुल,
that's how they make their money, that's their way of,
absolutely.
So then if a banker can go to work, a doctor is going to work, an engineer is going to work,
why can't actors go to
why
work?
can't actors go to work?
Absolutely.
So my point in that time when I was reading that, I'm like, there are all sorts of professions, all sorts of professions, and it's a choice that someone has made.
Absolutely.
They're making a livelihood. And they're feeding an army behind them.
Yes.
They
have bills to pay.
They have bills to pay. Everybody has bills to pay.
Absolutely.
They are like more so
and
than
the bills in the day and time of today are enormous.
Yes, and it's not that, and like most actors don't come from very affluent backgrounds.
Absolutely.
Actually, 90% do not come from. They come from very middle class backgrounds.
Absolutely.
There are a hand-pick that you can tell कि oh, they come from who've studied abroad, who went like who've lived that life, who have the family to support them.
Absolutely.
They're the ones supporting their families.
Absolutely.
So when you then it is disheartening, like just for someone even like me to see and read, and I'm like, but they're doing their job.
Absolutely.
On a certain like I get it that like for you that's frivolous what they do, but still their job. So मुझे तो इस बात के ऊपर like
लेकिन मैं कहता हूँ वो लोग ये सोच रहे हैं कि देखिए नाचना और गाना एक उस वक्त इंसान करता है बहुत खुश होता है, तो आई थिंक लोग ये सोचते हैं कि बट दे डोंट रियलाइज आवर जॉब, ये तो हमारा काम है. आपको ये लग रहा है कि आप ये पार्टी के टाइम पे करते हैं, पर हमारा तो जॉब
है, you know, you're getting paid to do it.
Exactly, we're
so whether you're getting to entertain, whether it's a comedy show,
at the end of the day, right?
अच्छा, okay, moving on. I want to talk about morning shows with you because मुझे पाकिस्तानी morning show से ना काफी एक obsession है. क्योंकि like मुझे ना मैं उनको देखती हूँ और फिर मैं कहती हूँ ये क्या हो रहा है, like why is this happening, I'm like, you know, just discombobulates in front of me. But you and like there are one or two other people who have breaking away from that mold and trying to carve a new almost new pattern for morning shows.
Absolutely. I think, so, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your thought process behind, like, because you're not just an actor, you're also a host.
Absolutely.
And you're giving morning shows a different direction as well.
Yes.
So I do want to talk about your morning show. I do want to talk about how hard was it for you to break away from the mold of the existing morning shows, and what would you like to see in the future?
Bomina, to be very honest, I'm in a position where I feel very privileged to pick and choose the projects that I would like to do. और मैं कौन सा काम करना चाहता हूँ नहीं करना चाहता. अब after working for so long, मेरे पास एक ये option होता है to say no, okay, I disagree and I don't want to do it. You know, when this morning show came my way, मुझे एक चीज़ बहुत अच्छी लगी, the channel की approach बहुत अच्छी है. उनका it has to be an informative show. It's an infotainment show. We want to break away from the regularities of a regular morning show. What they're doing. मुझे जो चीज़ समझ में आई, मुझे लगा कि उसके अंदर जो चीज़ें हाईलाइट करनी होती है वो मेंटल हेल्थ है. लाइक यू नो, हम में से कितने लोग हैं जो एक साइकियाट्रिस्ट के पास जाते होंगे. हम लोग अपना
साइकियाट्रिस्ट I mean therapist, yeah.
Therapist,
yeah.
No, even a psychiatrist is basically a doctor who would
doctor, yeah, but I mean like, but that need to be prescribed to go to a psychiatrist.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, अब होता क्या है कि हम लोग नज़ला जुकाम बुखार के डॉक्टर्स के पास चले जाते हैं, बट साइकियाट्रिस्ट के पास हम नहीं जाते. ये 3-4 चीज़ें जो है ना, be it a psychiatrist, be it an entrepreneur, a woman, you know, who's working from home and actually is trying to build up her own cottage industry with, you know, certain other women. तो इस तरह की बहुत डायनामिक खवातीन पाकिस्तान में हैं जिनके पास प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है कि वो सामने आके लोगों को बता सके that, you know, we are doing this fantastic work and they would like other Pakistani women to join them. और अगर तो इस तरह की चीज़ें जब मैं पढ़ रहा था, and you know, when I was having these back-to-back discussions with the channel, that why and what are you looking into, तो मुझे ये चीज़ बहुत अपील की. पाकिस्तान की पहली इलेक्ट्रिक गाड़ी किसने बनाई है वो, या you know, a Formula 1 racer, you know, from
Formula 1 racer तो नहीं अभी, but like I mean he's
you know,
on the road to Formula 1. Yes.
You know that man. You know, इस तरह के इतने सारे जबरदस्त लोगों से मिलना, बात करना, मुझे ये चीज़ बड़ी अच्छी लग रही थी.
Another thing that we were discussing earlier on is that, do you think we dumb down our nation by the content we show them?
I think yes.
To a certain extent, because like before we were having this conversation, and I was like, okay, you know, I need to have this conversation on the show. Is about like the content stream that's coming out, and so what are your thoughts on that?
I think कि हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा we are playing it very safe on television these days. You know, I think there's basically a formula story जो कि थोड़ी तोड़ मोड़ के वो एक ही कहानी बार बार होती है, लेकिन चंद एक ड्रामे ऐसे भी होते हैं जो कि एक थॉट अवेकनिंग होते हैं।